like to introduce. We are thrilled today to have Karen Peak with us, and we're thrilled because she is nice, because she's done a great cookbook, and she actually thinks that you could bring your own tastes or recipes that you do.
I sure do think so.
And folks, this is a great cookbook. We'll tell you how to find it. It's called Inspired Art of Cooking, and it is inspired. Tell us about the sandwich we're going to do.
We are going to do a tongue twister sandwich today. It was one of my first creations, actually, before the cookbook even came about. And it is called the Provolone Pepperoni Pepper Panini.
I was just praying for a minute that you might get it wrong, and then I could jump on you about it. And you almost did. I'm proud of you.
Is this really my book? I wonder.
Yeah, I don't. It's great, and it's delightful. Now, tell us about this panini.
This panini is a very healthy panini. It's one of a kind, actually. We made some pesto, and we did it a little different.
Oh, folks, let me tell you something about this pesto before she tells you about it. She has given us a recipe for a homemade pesto, and she did this with something that I was absolutely sure you couldn't do with pesto, and it worked perfectly.
Being blind, I can be creative. We used peanuts instead of pine nuts today.
Have you priced peanuts and pine nuts? That's reason enough to do it, but there's another reason. It is delicious.
It is. I forced it down his throat earlier.
She forced me to taste it. Okay, so you got rye bread.
We got some pumpernickel bread. We're going to stick it in a sandwich maker, panini maker, skillet, whatever you have at home. It works.
I use my George Foreman grill as a panini maker, or I put a cast iron skillet on and get it to about the right temperature, and then put another cast iron skillet on top of that.
See, that'll work. It's all about being your own chef.
Now you've put the pumpernickel with the pesto on it.
I sure did.
Put in some pepperoni.
And
now
then
you're going to put some provolone
as a glue to hold it all together.
I'll tell you, we're going to have to talk a little about this business, though, of these alliterative names. I looked at the cookbook and saw several of them, and they're a challenge for some of us. Pressed it down.
I needed something to keep you guys occupied during the day when y'all are just sitting around just, what do I do? What do I do?
Right, Karen.
Okay.
Let's talk a little about, now it's sold here locally.
Yes, sir.
At
Cedar Springs Christian Store, bookstore, and at UT Medical Center gift shop.
Okay. Now, also, we're going to tell you, and I have it written down, so I'll tell you right. You can go to Inspired Art of Cooking, that's all one word, .com, find out how to order it, and how much is it?
It is $16.99.
That's a bargain.
It is a very big bargain.
While that one cooks, take a look at Centerpiece. That'll show you how pretty the book is.
I got to tell you something special about the book, though.
Yes, tell me.
It is a book for every dietary need. If you are vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, if you have a peanut allergy, every recipe has alternatives for every dietary need right below it.
And it is so organized. You folks know that I'm not famous for organization, but this one is so organized. Take a look at these sandwiches. Is that not a thing of beauty?
It's because I made it.
Yes. I don't know what the other people here are going to eat, but I'm going to have all those.
Hey, what about me? Don't I get to eat anything?
Cook doesn't get to eat. Write and get this good recipe. Chef's Recipe, 6450 Paper Mill Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37919. Sending yourself a addressed stamped envelope, or go to volunteertv.com. It'll be posted for you, waiting. You can fix this for supper. And Bob?
Yes, sir.
Don't tell Karen I said this. The pesto's worth the price of the book.
Yeah, I bet it is. I don't even had a bite of this, and I can tell it's a home run already, big time.
True home run.
Yeah, those things. The cookbook, home run too. All right, well, thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being with us today at noon. We'll be back at 4, but you can get us 24/7, of course, at volunteertv.com.